What's it really like to live in the Wasena neighborhood?
Hey, we're Hal and Kris Cone with Cone Realty Group, and if you're finding value and enjoying the videos that we're providing to you, please make sure you like and subscribe so you're notified each and every time a new video is released just for you.
And if you're thinking about moving to or within the Roanoke Valley and Smith Mountain Lake, please call us, text us, or email us. We'd love to be your realtor.
Hey everybody, we are back on the attack for driving tours.
Yeah, we're back on the road.
On the road again.
In this video, we are sharing the Wasena neighborhood. So I really like the Wasena neighborhood and because it's where I grew up. So these are my old stomping grounds that you get to see today. And I know if I were moving to a new city, this video footage would be incredibly insightful.
Yeah, and so no pressure on you today, since this is your old stomping grounds, for you to make this into pleasant and wonderful experience for everybody, right?
I know.
So.
I hope you like it as much as I did. This was a great place to grow up. Let me give you a little bit of history. Wasena is Native American for beautiful view, and it really does have a beautiful view. We'll show you all that today. And a little bit more history is it was a suburb of Roanoke in the 1920s. So most of the architecture of the homes you're going to see here are dating back from the 1920s to the 1950s, and we're going to see types like American Craftsman as well as Foursquare.
Yeah, and with that, I mean, the location of Wasena, I kind of find it surprising. It used to be a suburb of Roanoke City.
Right.
You know, it's like you're a 15 to 20 minute walk to Roanoke City proper downtown.
Yeah.
And with that, Wasena itself, it abuts Raleigh Court, which houses Grandin Village, and then it also abuts Old Southwest. So when you think about those, Raleigh Court, Old Southwest, Wasena, you're in the southwest portion of the city of Roanoke.
Yeah, so buckle up, let's go check it out.
We are on our way to Wasena from the Salem area, and there's the Pancake House, which, what do you remember about the Pancake House?
Well, my grandmother used to go to the Pancake House all the time. It's a great diner for breakfast especially, so it's just fun. We take our kids on one-on-one dates there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think that's one of our youngest daughter's favorite places to go.
Really?
Oh yeah, she's like, I wanna go to the place that Kaki used to go to.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's sweet.
It is.
And then over here to the right is, if you snake your way around, is gonna be Gale Hospital.
But yeah, this is a little thoroughfare through here from Salem, and we're gonna get down here we're going down Brandon, which is Apperson right now, but it turns into Brandon, right?
That's right, yeah, Apperson, Lehigh Way.
Yes.
And also Brandon, so it changes names throughout the course, but great little corridor.
All right, so as we mentioned, we are heading from Salem over to Wasena, and that takes us through Grandin, which will be another video later.
Yeah, Grandin Village, which is nestled in Raleigh Court.
Mm-hmm.
A great neighborhood. You'll see a little sneak peek of it, but
Yep.
I'm not going to show you the whole thing.
Yeah, we're not going to spoil it all for you today, so we're not going to tell you a whole lot about it. You're going to get to see a little bit of it, and then whenever it's time to do the Grandin video, which might be next week, we'll give you all the skinny on that. So we are going to make a left here in just a minute, and that'll take us towards the Wasena area, and you get to get a sense of what the houses look like in Grandin, which are very similar to houses that are in Wasena as well. It's coming up right here. Look at this magnificent Foursquare that's been remodeled. That place looks amazing. Somebody bought it last year, fixed it up, sold it, and it just looks so adorable.
It does. I mean, it's got the flowers, the fence, the siding, everything, just a big facelift on that. And this house on the right too, that White House, has been remodeled as well.
Yep, absolutely. And then you've got some Craftsman's right there, bungalows, and another Foursquare. But this will give you a sense of the architecture and style of homes that you're going to find in Wasena as we go down the street here.
Yes, this is actually Wasena Avenue. We're headed towards Main Street, and that Main Street has experienced a great renaissance lately. There's much more activity, more retail, restaurants coming in. You'll see all that in just a minute.
Yeah, one of our friends has an Airbnb down here. We'll try to capture that.
Oh,
so
yeah.
we did some filming there, but they took a old duplex and made it into, I think, a quadplex basically to make it an Airbnb, and they have decked that puppy out.
While maintaining the historic integrity.
Yeah.
It looks so nice.
Yeah, that's you can find more information at stayroanoke.com. And as you're talking about the renaissance of the Wasena area, right? So this is some of the stuff that they are actually have revitalized here.
Yes.
You know, you got roasters next door, so R&D coffee. You've got a barber shop there. Looks like they've got a new group fitness studio there.
Trim fresh. And if we were to keep straight here, we would head right into Old Southwest. But we're going to bear right and head towards the Greenway. A lot of activity here. This Greenway stretches from Wasena all the way to Carilion.
Oh yeah, it's popular today.
Yep.
What time is it? 12 o'clock. Yeah, so we've got people on the Greenway. We've got people at Green Goat.
Green Goat is a fantastic restaurant. So to the right is the Greenway there. But yeah, and actually the Greenway extends all the way back here into Old Southwest. So you're seeing right now some of the Greenway activity and parking. This is all for Green Goat. They have indoor, outdoor dining, fresh food, and history again. This used to be the original home of the Transportation Museum.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Thanks for the reminder.
I know. And there's a skate park down here as well.
Which is on our left side, so we'll make a turn. We'll turn around right here, and you'll be able to see the skate park, which is a nice one. If I was a skater, that's where I'd be hanging out.
Under the bridge.
Yep.
I like it.
There's the skate park.
And then you've got, we're coming up on Hang 10 here. Love this. Love how they took an old building, renovated it, made it fun and cheery. Great place for families. You know what? This area, these warehouses have been converted, and we'll check that out in a minute. But this is where my dad and I would come and pick up big blocks of ice for our trip.
Well, not right here at this house.
No. In these warehouses that you see on the periphery.
Well, isn't it right over here at the where River Rock is?
I think so.
Or is it the next warehouse over?
I'm not sure. That was a long time ago.
Hey, where's Charles when you need him? Yes, we're in the parking lot here, pulling up to River Rock Climbing Gym, which is a great spot for adults and kids to hang out. And they changed the course consistently, is my understanding. I don't know a whole lot about rock climbing, but I know this is an awesome and great spot based on the people that we know that are rock climbing enthusiasts.
Yeah, and they have the Wasena Tap House and grill. So the tap room is just so much fun. It's a great space. It's got outdoor dining, and here's the River House too.
Yeah, and up above Wasena Tap Room is the River House, which are loft-style apartments.
Mm-hmm.
So if you need a place to stay temporarily when you're in Wasena, you need an apartment, you want to be in a cool vibe spot, that's the spot for you. And then coming up right here is Roanoke Mountain Adventures, which you've heard us talk about those in other videos.
Yes.
And they've got clothing, they've got gear, they've got rentals for, I'm gonna look at the sign. We got kayaking, we've got tubes, we got outdoor clothing, rentals, consignment gear, and mountain biking. So
you can rent items, you can use their shuttle services, their guided trips.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have to pack all that gear. And obviously we're right adjacent to the Greenway, so they couldn't be more convenient.
No, absolutely not. All right, so we are in Wasena and we are heading down towards Smith Park, right?
Well, this is Wasena Park, and you're right. They have all these playgrounds and other little parks nestled in. And so we're going to go by Smith Park, but here's a nice view of the river here. You'll see people fishing, biking, canoeing. There used to be a rubber duck race in here.
I haven't seen that in a couple years. Did COVID shut that down maybe?
I don't know.
Yeah, so as you can see, we're driving, but right to our left is pedestrians on bikes and also walking and running, getting their fitness in. So good job, everybody, getting your fitness in today.
This is where I trained for that growler race.
You trained here on the flat.
Yeah. Yeah, and I climbed the mountain, right?
That's right, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, you didn't train for your leg of that race at all.
But I made it.
You made it, that's right.
This is a neat area because it's a 41-acre park, and like we said earlier, it connects to Carilion if I keep going. But behind us, if we took that route, it would take us all the way into Old Southwest. So a nice long stretch.
Hey, so as we mentioned, you know, coming through here, the direction that we're going now from the Wasena neighborhood takes us out over towards Carilion and South Roanoke proper, actually. So going across the bridge right here, you know, you've got the river, and you can trout fish. Make sure you got your licenses, of course, proper.
And you can boat. This is one of the blue ways that we have. There's some canoe put-ins up further up, which is really neat.
Yeah, it's really close to Carilion. So that's one of the things we talked about in some of our other videos, is the fact that, you know, you got the blue way that goes right through the city proper here in Roanoke.
That's so awesome. This urban skyline, yet you have this protected nature that you can enjoy and relax in.
And this used to be, as you can see, that's for sale. It used to be a little hotel right there, but that is up for sale and up for revitalization here, you know, right by Wasena. And as we come out over here, you're gonna see that the trees don't block us. We actually have a lot of trees around here, right?
The trees are all leafed out, but hey, you can't get more real than seeing it firsthand like this, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, and a lot of some people are overwhelmed by the amount of trees that we have. They're like, oh, I wasn't expecting all the greenery.
You'll see a lot of fields and courts over here to the right. This is River's Edge Sports Complex. So this whole area is full of tennis courts, playgrounds, soccer fields, softball fields, and in front of us, that shining mirrored building is Carilion Hospital.
That's right, and you're going to see they're expanding to the right of that, so just continuing to improve their offerings for the community. So, and again, we've said this before, Carillion's a level 1 trauma center. In case you got something really bad that happens, it's a spot that you can get well taken care of.
So as you mentioned, we're heading more towards South Roanoke proper, but just wanted to mention one thing that we suggest to our clients is grab lunch at Green Goat, all the way back there. The Greenway is still going parallel to where we are right now.
On the left side here.
On the left side, yep. And just take the Greenway all the way down. Once you get past the hospital here, not too far down, is a great ice cream place with gourmet ice cream called Blue Cow. So you can treat yourself after a nice little recreation on the Greenway.
Yeah, we're going to head back to Wasena proper now for you, but we want to give you a taste of what it looks like to go from Wasena over to the hospital in South Roanoke area. Okay, so as we're coming back from the South Roanoke area and taking you back over to the Wasena neighborhood, we thought we'd swing by Tower Shopping Center here, which is named that because if you look real closely, see that tower there? We got 2 towers that are radio towers.
That's right, yeah. And so Towers has an upper level and the lower level. Right now you're seeing the upper level, and there's Joann Fabrics, there's Bubble Cake, McAllister's, Fresh Market, my favorite place to grocery shop.
I wonder where we're going to go for lunch. He's going to go in there and just like, oh, I don't want to work anymore today. I'm just going to get some food.
What? I never say that. There's also Mission Barbecue, which I know they support veterans. I like that a lot. Buff City Soap, Freedom First Credit Union. That's a local credit union. They do a lot for the community. So this is probably the closest shopping you would have. And there's a shop to my left that's called Present Time. That's house goods, furnishings, decor. And then on this level we have Kroger, which is our grocery store.
So we are leaving Towers now and heading back towards the Wasena neighborhood proper. And we're gonna make a right here on Main Street, I think, if my pot captain goes that way. And she is, way to go. So we're gonna head on down Main Street here. You're gonna see a few houses, of course, and then we'll take you down a couple of streets so you can get a feel for additional styles and the lot layouts and that type of thing. And I will say this, for Wasena and for the Grandin areas, for the most part, you're going to have a lot of on-street parking versus off-street parking, right?
Yeah, let's talk about that, the houses a little bit and price points and things like that. But houses, we talked about the styles. You're going to have some traditional homes, mostly brick, some vinyl siding. Most of these homes do have basements, and a lot of those basements get some water. So heads up on that. Some are just a trickle, some have none. Dry basement is not unheard of, but we just be prepared for that, and just think about what you need a basement for. Is it storage? That might be okay to elevate things. It may be a non-issue again, but we like to preface and let our clients know. Also, like you said, on-street parking, not a lot of garages here. You do have some alleyways though, so you have access to the backyard. Some people have created off-street parking.
They have. As we're going along here, like she said, I mean, I guess one thing we need to talk about is price point, right? So price point in Wasena has gone up, as everything has around here over the last few years. So there's actually one on here that they just kind of fixed and flipped that was listed at $350 and it actually went under contract. So you're going to be anywhere from like mid 200s up to like mid 300s as far as pricing over here in the Wasena neighborhood right now.
And then compared to the Raleigh Court area, where Grandin Village is, there is a little difference, isn't there?
Yeah, so if you're talking about Raleigh Court proper, more centrally located with Grandin proper, then that's where you're gonna see over the 350 threshold. You'll be like, from 350 up to like 600s, because I just saw one recently that was listed over there in the 600s. And each street's a little bit different whenever you actually head to Raleigh Court, because some of them are a little bit more desirable than others, but you'll get to capture that at a later video so you can actually see the difference in the streets and the types of houses that you'll have over there, because they're a little bit larger.
Right, yeah. And another thing I'll note that some people find surprising is that we have hills. This is a mountain town, so you'll see that we're kind of going through some undulating hills and some curves. There's not a lot of grid system here.
No.
But there is some.
Somewhat, some grid?
Yeah.
Not really. I mean, downtown proper, you've got some grid.
Think about the parallel streets and perpendicular.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Yeah. All right. So straight ahead, we're actually approaching Hangton and Green Goat from a different way, but we wanted to show you this sport complex. There's a couple of softball fields here, and this is actually where I spent many summer nights with my parents as they played softball.
Were you the bat girl?
No, I was the water girl. My sister was the bat girl.
They didn't trust you with the bats because she was an older sister. She got the opportunity to get the bats. Is that it?
No.
Once
I
you
thought
get
it was more of a
knocked out?
privilege to be the water girl.
Oh, okay, maybe. You see the park over here to the right. You've got some pavilions. And we're going to go through the parking lot so you can get a little bit closer view of that, and the river is right on the other side of that pavilion there.
And that bridge is beautiful. The river is beautiful. They've got plans for that river area, which is really cool.
Oh, yeah. I got that whitewater rafting park that they have done a long-term visionary plan on.
Yes. And you can probably see the bridge right about now. You'll get it closer. It's on the left-hand side. But that bridge connects over to a sculpture garden, art and sculpture garden along the Greenway. And that's at the foothills of Black Dog Salvage.
Correct, yeah. Black Dog Salvage is right across the bridge. You might know the guys there from actually being on TV on Salvage Dog. So if you remember that show at all, they enjoy repurposing historical artifacts, right? So when you go in there, you see all sorts of custom made furniture that they've made from historical items that they've picked up, whether it's metal, whether it's wood, you name it. They have probably made it over there. And we had a friend who used to work there, and he just loved it because he got to be so creative in what they were making.
Yes, and it's a massive shop.
It is.
Highly recommend checking that out.
Yeah, and I was going to say too, like within Wasena neighborhood, I will tell you this: if you're looking for central air and heat, so you'll have a good heating system, which could be radiator, boiler, that type of thing. But central AC is not always a given here in the Wasena neighborhood, because these houses were built in the 20s and the 50s, and her parents' house absolutely still does not have central AC.
And on the right-hand side is that home we were talking about that has been converted from a duplex and is now an Airbnb right here on the corner of Winona and Main. So it couldn't be any more convenient. It's wonderful.
Yeah, and as we're making a right here, you're going to get to see a restaurant that one of our clients just moved here, and he's working there now.
And we have two clients that work there now, and I have heard nothing but great things about it. That is Bloom over here on the right-hand side.
Yeah, so if you stay here at Airbnb, you've got coffee down right below you, you've got food at Bloom, you've got food over at Green Grove, you've got food at Hang 10, Wasena Tap Room. I'm like, I may just come over here and stay for the weekend, you know, staycation.
That was fun to visit my old stomping ground.
Oh yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed that. And if you want to sell in Wasena or buy in Wasena, please give us a call.
Yeah, we'll see you on the next video.